guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Modesty33 here, aka Chris with a C, back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, you just happen to click on, welcome. I try to put out 1 to 2 videos a week, but you know, we getting back to it. So I do sit downs, reviews, reactions, vlogs. So if any of that interests you, make sure you check out the prior videos on my channel. And if you see anything like before you leave, make sure you subscribe. So guys, today we're gonna be doing a little less than 1 year review on this bag right here. I wanted to get back into doing my reviews, first impressions, and all the things. But like, if you guys, I've talked about it in prior videos, but again, if you don't know what this bag is before I get into my whole spiel, this is my Hermes Picotin Lock 22. It is in the Clemence leather, Tyrolean Clemence leather. The color is 37 gold. This is the traditional Hermes gold with gold hardware, so gold on gold on gold. If you see this little thing here, this is actually my Hermes Kelly belt that I recently purchased when I went to Paris back in June. And this also has the gold hardware. So I got the brilliant idea yesterday when I really wanted to wear this bag out, but I knew I was gonna end up going grocery shopping today. And sometimes it's a bit difficult to grocery shop and get all of your items with just a top handle bag. I said, oh, I have my Kelly belt that's in the same color and same hardware as my Picotin Lock 22. So I could use this as like a strap, almost just to, again, put this on the shoulder when needed. So that's what I did today, you guys. And I'm just gonna bring this a little bit closer to the camera. Hopefully you guys can see, I do have it under my ring light. But yeah, the coloring on this, it is exact. However, because the leathers are different, they do look slightly different. Like I mentioned before, this bag is in the Tyrolean Clemence leather, which is a very big, a larger grain, softer leather from Hermes. And this belt is actually an Epsom leather, which is a more stiffer type of leather. And again, the hardware is the same, but again, the color, if you can see it here, is slightly off because of the leather that was used to produce both. But yeah, in person, you can't really tell the difference. And then I do have my Hermes Twilly here that I bought when I purchased my Picotin Lock 18 and the 88 Graphite last year. So I purchased this Twilly along with another one. So yeah, like, guys, this bag is coming on to 1 year. I looked at the receipt this morning and I thought it had already been a year, but it has not actually been a year at the time of me filming this video. So today's date is Sunday, August 11th, 2024. And I do have my Hermes receipt here from last year when I purchased this bag. I'm just gonna put this down for a second so I can give you guys the details. So again, the receipt is in here. I purchased it from the local boutique here in Houston, Texas, from the sales associate that I also purchased my Picotin Lock 18 from. And this was purchased August 21st of 2023, 2:42 p.m. if you want to be exact. And at the time, like, the receipt is kind of faded a little bit, but I am going to discuss price and essentially what we're going to do when we talk about reviewing the bag and kind of as far as how I've been wearing it the past year, what my thoughts are on the bag this year, kind of doing a what's in my bag, and just letting you know my overall opinions of the bag. So as it relates to price, let me get into that so we can get that out of the way. So last year, and again, this was August 2023, the Picotin Lock 22 in the Clemence leather, which again is the typical leather that they produce the Picotin locks in. This retailed for $3,325 last year. And I know that it has, and then I paid the taxes on top of that. And I know that it has had a price increase since then. I will include that current price if I can find it for 2024, the most current accurate price as I know it for 2024. But yeah, it was $3,325 when I did purchase it last year in August. And I think it had undergone a price increase since I had purchased my Picotin Lock 18 in January of 2023. So I think the price increase for the Picotins happened somewhere in between there, even before I purchased this one. But I didn't mind because I've had the 18. I knew I loved the 18, so I really wanted to get a bigger size, mainly so I could fit my iPad mini. I don't have my iPad mini in here right now, although I had it in here earlier, but I have shown you guys in prior videos that my iPad mini 6 does fit in here very well. It fits in sideways, and it can also fit horizontally as well, or not horizontally, vertically. So it fits horizontal and vertically in this bag. So yeah, and the great thing about the belt and kind of wearing it as a strap as well, again, it's identical virtually to the bag, even with the contrast stitching, if you can see that here with the belt and with the bag. So yeah, they're virtually twins. So I think that's pretty cool about the bag as well. So yeah, I am gonna go ahead and remove my items from here and show you guys what I put in here today. And then we can kind of get like a wear and tear and a good idea of what the wear on this bag is, which I don't intend or expect for it to be that much. But let me show you guys at a glance what I have in the bag. So these are pretty much all of my items that I wore out today when I went to church earlier, and then when I went grocery shopping. So let's go ahead and just kind of start taking things out. So first thing in here, I have my Chanel zippy wallet that I got from Italy in 2019. I've talked about that. Then I also have here my mini pochette that I've had. One of my first luxury items that I got back in 2017. I got this from, well, 2016 actually, because I started purchasing luxury in 2016. So yeah, this was purchased in 2016 from eBay, and at the time it was like $300 because the person hadn't used it. So I think that was also the same retail price. It might have been $310 in the actual store, and then I purchased it for like $10 cheaper, but it wasn't used at the time. So yeah, this is in the damier bean, and probably my most used small leather good consistently over the past, what, 8 years now. So in here I have a Charlotte Tilbury primer that I kind of use as a sunscreen because it does has SPF, it is SPF 50, so I do have this in here. Then also I have some Aleve in here as well, good old Aleve. I have some other sunscreen from Supergoop in here. Also, I have a Rhode tinted lip balm in, what is this, raspberry jelly, which is my favorite probably color because to me it complements my skin and complexion the most out of all of her lip tints. Then I have a pen here. You always need a pen. I have a NARS, Power Matte, what is it? Yeah, Power Matte High Intensity Lip Pencil in the color Bohemian Rhapsody 181. So this is, yeah, the lip pencil I usually use. I have that on today with the lip color that I have on. We'll get to that once I pull that one out. I have my Dior lip oil in the berry in here as well. I have another Rhode lip tint. This is in Guava Spritz. So it's like a pink. Hopefully you guys can see, the lighting is changing on me a little bit. But yeah, this one is kind of like a bright pink, so to speak. Not the most complimentary on my complexion, but because it doesn't have a whole lot of tint, it's not bad. This one is another Rhode lip tint. This is in Salty Tan. This one I probably use very frequently, especially with the blush, Rhode blush, pocket blush that I purchased. And I'll show you that one when I pull that one out the bag as well. Another Rhode lip tint here. I didn't know I had so many in my bag. This is in the color Espresso. This one has a nice tint to it as well, but not as deep of a tint as Raspberry Jelly. So this one gives you like more of a light tint, even though it is a darker shade. And then I also have a Sephora hand balm in here in almond milk. So I've got that. Then I also have a chocolate in here. We're not gonna talk about that because I'm gonna talk about that in another video that I'm gonna film right after this because I just purchased something. So I wanna show that to you guys and surprise you. So yeah, this is my mini pochette empty. It's very dirty, it has the red interior. So it's well loved and well used. And I'd say for $300 that I purchased it for, I mean, none of the things are worth it if you think about it, but for as much as I've used it and abused it, yeah, like it's worth $300 to me. I know now they retail for quite a bit of money. I think like $700, $800. So I'm glad I purchased it back in 2016 when I was getting into luxury when I did, even though at the time I was like, oh, what am I going to use this for? But people swore by this small leather good. And I'm glad that I listened to the people because I've used it so much in the past 8 years. I have a receipt here from Kroger. I just went grocery shopping like I mentioned earlier. I also have another small leather good here. This is from Gucci. It's like a Gucci key pouch. Has a keychain here. Inside of here, I have some wet ones, like individually packed wet ones. So we've got 2. We've got another 2, so 4. And then I also have some Louis Vuitton sample perfumes. One is in the fragrance Attrape Rives, which I really like. I have tried on this perfume before, and yeah, I really like that one. And then another one that I just got as a sample when we went to Paris. This is the Le Sables Roses, or Sable Roses. I probably am not saying it right. But this one comes in a black container. So they are a little bit more expensive than the regular Louis Vuitton perfumes, but I really like this one. I've gotten compliments on this one. I have considered purchasing it. However, I recently went to the Louis Vuitton boutique and I tried another perfume that I think I like a little bit more that's in the regular bottle. So I might end up getting that one maybe in the near future, maybe not. We'll see. The perfumes will probably always be there. But this right here is the Rhode Pocket Blush, another Rhode product. And this is in the color Toasted Teddy. I talked about this color in my other video. I really love this one. It's really nice as a blush on my complexion. It's good for like an eyeshadow, and I also will put it on the lips. And when I put this one on the lips, I will put the Salty Tan over it just for a nice little gloss. So yeah, love that. What else is in here? I'm sorry, I know sometimes people like to see you take things out of a bag. I'm usually that type of person as well, but it's kind of hard to hold the bag up and take all these items out, so I do apologize. So next I have my AirPods Pro 2nd generation. So I just have some Comply tips over them. Yeah. And I have the one that has the lanyard attachment. And I got this case from Amazon when I did purchase the AirPod Pro 2nd generation. So yeah, I definitely love these. Even my 1st generation, when I wear those, because I will sometimes still wear the 1st generation AirPods that I got back in 2020. People can definitely tell the difference and pick up on a lot of external noises as opposed to when I'm wearing my Pro 2s. And I just like the 2s better because you can adjust the volume on the buds, unlike the 1s. Or the 1st generation. So yeah, I really like those. Use those practically every day, especially when I go walking. I also have some Altoids in here in the flavor Wintergreen. Then I also have, I'm just kind of pulling stuff from the bottom. I have my Touchland hand sanitizer here, and this is in the fragrance Appalicious Scented. Love the Touchland because they have a very skinny profile, so they fit nicely in pretty much all of my bags. I also have an external charger here that I got from Amazon. This just plugs right into my phone if I need an extra charge, so really like that one. Then I also have this is like an organizer on the interior, so I do have some items in some of these pockets as well. Let me pull those out. I have a pair of tweezers here. I also have the lip product that I'm wearing on my lips in addition to the lip pencil. So this is from Fenty. This is the HBIC. I'm not gonna say what all that stands for, but yeah, this is essentially like a red, like a scarlet, maybe a red. But it's not like a bright orangey base red, but it's like a deeper, for me, it's like a deeper red on my lips and on my complexion. So my favorite type of red, really. So it's still bright, but it also is a bit deeper. So I think, people say maybe it's like a blue base red. I'm not certain, but anyway, I have that on the lips. And then I also have the keys. They are in this little bag here for the lock. And then the last thing I have in here that I've just been kind of skipping over, I think it's the last thing. Yeah, it's the last thing. I have my Kindle Paperwhite. I think this is the 7th generation. I got this back in 2018. I recently uploaded a video earlier today about my July favorites. So, and I talked about a book that I recently purchased from the author Lisa Jewell. I love the book. I finished it and I've purchased another one. So right now, what is this book that I'm reading? Let me pull it up and see. I just started reading it yesterday, which was Saturday. So that's when I bought it. So this novel is called Invisible Girl. So this one's really cool thus far. I'm not gonna give a synopsis. If you guys are interested, I might include it in my August favorites when we get toward the end of the month. But yeah, I'm on my 2nd book. I really like it. So yeah, the bag is empty now. And this bag, I would say, even though it's quite you know, it's a bit bigger than my 18. It is a very light bag, even though the Clemence leather is traditionally heavier than other leathers. So it just kind of depends on what you put in the bag. But with those items in the bag, it wasn't that heavy. Even I had my iPad mini in here earlier, and it still wasn't that heavy to me personally. So I do have this organizer in here. I purchased the organizer from Samorga. So as far as wear and tear, you can kind of see that it is an unlined leather on the interior. So the organizer, especially for the Clemence leather, does give the bag a lot more structure and shape. Now my 18 is Maurice Tyrolean leather, or Tyrolean Maurice. So it is a more stiffer structured leather. Unlike Clemence, is a softer, heavier leather, if that makes sense. So without the organizer, the bag is going to collapse on itself. Maybe not right now because it's still fairly new. Again, it's not even a year old yet. And it's not, I haven't used this bag to the extent that I use my 18. My 18 I used every day for 6 months. And this one I've used quite a bit because it matches with quite a few items in my wardrobe. However, I haven't used it to the extent that I use the 18. And I'm just gonna take the organizer out so you guys can kind of see the organizer in the bag without the organizer. So this is just the organizer by itself. So it does look pretty big, and it's got these divots here because when you typically have the bag, you know, when the bag is fully extended, it has like the little wings out here. And so this organizer has pockets on both sides. So again, very nice. And even the organizer, it's not dirty at all, really. It has probably some crumbs in the bottom, but that's pretty much it. So I like Samorga organizers personally. They are about like $60. I know there are organizers that are more expensive, but I just don't find the need for that because it just, the Samorga ones work for my bags. But you know, to each their own. So this is what the bag looks like without the organizer. If I just kind of let it do what it do, you see that the straps will go forward, and it kind of, again, the bag sags and it loses some of its structure on the sides, definitely. And it can even collapse more than this. So this is what the bag again looks like without the organizer. I do still have the twilly on here, but there's really no wear on the exterior, to be honest. Probably the wear is going to be on the lock that bangs different things when you're walking and carrying the bag, because this bag is, again, is a bit bigger than the 18. But yeah, that's probably where you're going to see smudges and wear is on the lock. But even I feel like the lock, I see some superficial scratches, but it's not really all that bad to me personally. But yeah, the straps are still good. Let me look at the bottom. So this bottom here, again, with the size 22, it just has the 4 grommets on the bottom, I guess. I don't know, or the 4 feet, should I say, on the bottom. If you get the size 26 and a bigger size, I think it has 5 feet. So yeah, the size 18 and 22 do have the 4 feet on the bottom. So yeah, but the bottom still looks good. Again, this is the front, side 1, and this is with me holding up the straps. This is the back portion, and then this is side 2. And let me show you guys the interior. So hopefully you guys can kind of see that. It has this leather piece down the middle, and that's again where the lock hangs. But yeah, this is the interior with the unlined leather. Again, there are no stains because since I purchased the bag, I don't think I've used this bag. Maybe I did use it a few times without the organizer, but I didn't get any stains or anything in it. And the only logo is really on the inside here at the very bottom of the bag, which has the Hermes Paris. So otherwise, there's no exterior logo. You can kind of see it right here in gold at the bottom. So that's what a lot of people like about the Picotin bags, is that they aren't overtly Hermes looking bags. So unless you know the brand, you don't necessarily know that this is, yeah, you see how it looks. Unless you know the brand, you don't really necessarily know that this is an Hermes bag. Unlike the Birkins and the Kellys, they're pretty popular. They're pretty much out there. Even the Constance bag and even some other Hermes styles are pretty popular. I would say the Picotin has become more popular, in my opinion, over the past 2 to 3 years. A lot of people have been new about the Picotin. I only learned about it like 3 years ago is when I started seeing it, and I feel like that's kind of when it started becoming more popular. Not saying that it wasn't a popular bag, that people didn't know about it, but definitely people who didn't know about Hermes, such as myself, kind of learned about the Picotin bags, like I would say for me, again, 3 years ago. And that's when I feel like they started becoming more difficult to acquire in the boutique. Now, when I first started seeing the Picotin lock bags, they were all in palladium or silver hardware. And so, yeah, like I think I started seeing these bags in 2021. And I think in 2022, I would say, is when I started seeing them come out in gold hardware. So I knew I wanted a gold hardware bag. So I'm glad that for me personally, I did not negotiate, I did wait, and I was able to get the Picotin Lock 18 in the gold hardware in the 88 graphite. So the gray and gold is such a beautiful combination, as is this one, the gold on gold. And gold is just a very popular and staple Hermes color. So yeah, like black and gold are very staple colors for Hermes. So I'm glad to have something in like the heritage color, I guess is what you would call it. And you know, it goes really well with a lot of different twillies, definitely with both of the twillies that I purchased for my 18. So I think they both complement this bag in a different way. And again, I'll just kind of insert some pictures in here of me wearing the bag with different outfits if I have them, just so you guys can kind of see how I've styled this bag over the past year. So again, we are like 2 weeks short or 10 days short of it being 365 days or 66, however many days. So I would say, as it relates to the frequency with which I've used this bag in the past year, probably more, I've worn it more so in 2024 than I did when I got it in 2023. That could be because of the fact too that in 2023, when I got this bag, a few weeks later, I went to London and then I purchased the Goyard Artois MM as well as the Longchamp bag. So I had a few other bags that I brought back with me from London after I purchased this bag. So I was kind of in this weird limbo of like how and when to use certain bags, because I gotten like a few different bags at one time, like within a short period of time. So I would say, yeah, definitely I've used this bag a lot more this year than I did last year. And it just goes with a lot more in my wardrobe. So I find myself gravitating more so toward the size 22 than I do the 18 now. So the 18 has gotten quite a bit of a break in my closet. And not just because of the size, but definitely I feel like that bag is more of a winter type of bag, even though I didn't care last year because it was my first Hermes bag. So it was gonna be summer, spring, winter, fall. But yeah, this one I feel like is more universally, especially for my wardrobe, this one is like more of a universal color that it can be worn in the spring, summer, but also the fall and winter with different outfits. And it still is very complimentary. And you can wear different accessories, different twillies to kind of darken it up a bit or to lighten it up. So that's what I really like about the gold as well. It's not a very deep brown, and it has almost an orange undertone that makes it a bit brighter. So, yep, that is my bag so far. If you guys have any questions about this bag, let me know. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. So again, I just wanted to kind of show you some pictures of how I've styled the bag. If you are interested in it, like I said, I know that it has gone up in price. I still would say that it's worth it. As it relates to my 18 and 22, I think I talked about that in a recent video as it relates to which bag I would keep and what I would sell for potentially maybe investing it toward another bag. Last year, I would have said I would have sold the 22 because I was still wearing my 18 quite a bit. But yeah, now the tables have turned. I've switched up. So I really do enjoy the extra space of the 22, as well as the color of the bag has really grown on me in the past year since, yeah, really using it a lot more with my different outfits. And, you know, I carried this on a date that I went on recently, and yeah, like I just really love this bag. I just think it works so well. So anyway, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Or if you own this bag or even the smaller size or even a bigger size, let me know, comment below. But thank you guys again so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Also make sure you share it with anyone else who likes this type of content. Before you leave, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. You do that by hitting the red button below and the bell next to it so you're notified when I do upload future videos. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.